Many refugees and asylum seekers living in South Africa are skilled and professionals with valuable experience and expertise, but they find it difficult to get jobs within their professions due to high levels of unemployment within the country, problems in transferring foreign academic qualifications, and lack of awareness among employers, or even due to xenophobia. But a non-governmental organization called Africa Unite has offered to help the millions of refugees living in South Africa to overcome these problems. Joining me online to explain how they are determined to help refugees is Ntombi Ntonyi, Project Manager, Africa Unite. Good afternoon, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good afternoon.
Well, Ms. Ntombi, how does Africa Unite help refugees in the country?
Well, Africa Unite is a human rights organization, so our core tasks is really about training people, both South African and non-nationals, in human rights as well as civil rights in terms of the Constitution. When people know their rights and South Africans understand refugee rights, we can then start building on a more harmonious kind of living and respecting of each other's rights. We have various programs in our organization where we have skills development and placement of people in jobs. And then we also have a youth program at Nyanga where we're looking at both South African and refugee youth in getting together and doing extramural activities after school.
Indeed. And briefly tell us when and why did you start the organization Africa Unite? What motivated you guys to start this organization?
Well, the organization really started due to the tension between local South African youth and refugees or foreign nationals. So this organization started in terms of communication. We did a dialogue between youth at New Crossroads and also the refugees, where we sat down with them and spoke about, what are their concerns. And most of the concerns of South African youth was that, the refugees are coming to take their jobs and their women, and that the government seems to be looking at their plight more than local South Africans. So through that conversation, there were a lot of misconceptions, and the whole thing was people didn't understand why refugees have come to South Africa. There was a lack of education, a lack of sharing of culture. So from those meetings, we've then started up this organization in 2003 in terms of engaging local South Africans and also foreign nationals in conversation, whether it is sport, whether it is sharing of skills, also getting refugee people to come and teach in our local schools, maths and science in terms of building skill within the local community.
Well, how do you evaluate and audit skills brought in by refugees?
Often, most of the refugees that we have come across and identified, they have degrees, others have master's degrees. Most of them are engineers, they've been teachers, and so they come with credible papers as well, though some of them have lost their papers in terms of qualifications. But in terms of displaying the skills that are needed, whether it's teaching maths or just teaching people how to do hair and beadwork, that is very much apparent even in the local communities where you see foreign national people starting up businesses and things like that. With South African communities, it's not that they don't have different skills. It's just putting the skills into use towards their own income. Often South Africans are looking for employment where employment is very difficult to find, whereas we also then teach them how they can use their own skills, whether it's hand skills or anything else, to then develop an income for themselves towards sustainable living.
Recently, there was a xenophobic attack in the Bolands where thousands of Zimbabweans were displaced. In any way, did your organization get involved in helping these refugees?
Yes, we're still involved in that, though it's not something that will be just, sorted out overnight. We went to the community. We spoke with both the Zimbabweans and also the South Africans. We've been involved in the meetings with the municipality and UNHCR there. So our strategy is really to be close to the community, to find out what's happening at grassroots level, to find out what are the tensions, and also in that then train people and share information about human rights. Because what we discovered is that the Zimbabwean people have been treated this way because South Africans don't understand that they do have equal rights to employment just as much as South Africans. And also that the Zimbabwean people also don't understand their own rights and their responsibilities as well, being in South Africa. And in so doing, we've also been working with the mayor and the councillors in the area. We are then now forming a partnership with the government departments and local NGOs there in terms of facilitating different trainings that will be happening with the community and also the refugees there.
Indeed. Thank you very much for your time.